Down he goes.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
On the catch, it's Crowder. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. On 4th down is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away.
Let's go, boys.
So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They'll have Lamar Jackson calling the shots, the former Heisman Trophy winner from Louisville.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
When Leonard Williams was picked in the 2015 NFL Draft, I compared him to Merlin Olsen, and I got a lot of grief about it. Did you just see that play there? Did you see how he made that move and made that tackle? That was Merlin Olsen-esque there.
I just perked up when you said Merlin Olsen.
Yeah, a lot of people said, hey, that's too much, too far, and maybe it is early, but I think this guy has a chance of fulfilling that. And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter, because he has such great skills, you want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Excellent effort defensively by him. 2 tackles for a loss last week, now 1 here in the 1st quarter.
He's an absolute disruptor, isn't he? And I think most offenses would love to go against guys who just want to hold the point of attack and try and keep things clean for their linebackers. But when they make those moves and they can get upfield, past the offensive line into the backfield, that's hard to handle.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Parker the intended target, and that'll make it 3rd down. Let's meet the offense. Greg Robinson. Very, very talented.
What a man to set your offensive line with. Greg Robinson can do it all. Tremendous athleticism, great strength, just coming into his own.
Now Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So on 4th down, they bring on the Michigan man, Matt Wild, to kick it away. Shedding through the defense. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Le'Veon Bell and the Jets ready to begin their next drive. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good run.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Here we go.
Call that a very strong gain of 24. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. McCaffrey. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A first carry now for Jordan Howard. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Well, look now at our starting defense. They enter play ranked 8th against the run in the NFL.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. On 3rd down, Jackson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There was nothing available there for him.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. This Jets offense heading back out there now, led by Sam Darnold. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. One play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did. But there's still a place for it. And I think that on this drive, after having thrown that interception, they're going to want to eat up a little bit more clock and run some offense and give their defense a little bit of a break.
Offensive starters time. Electric is certainly a word that comes to mind when you talk about Le'Veon Bell.
Love the way that he reshaped his body coming out of college. A bigger, thicker runner while he was at Michigan State. Lost weight, became more of a whippet in the NFL, and now no one can tackle the guy, whether he's running it or catching it.
22 yards there, a first down. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 44-yard line. This is Bell. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The starters on the defensive side of the ball for Miami. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
I still crack up a little bit after we left our meeting with the defensive coordinator because I said to you, stop me if you've heard this before. How about him saying, well, first order of business, we got to stop the run. Of course you do. He's got a good unit, but facing the #1 rushing team, they have to stop that in order to have a good performance.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 catches, 55 yards. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Preston Smith make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. 3rd and long, it's Darnold. He wants it all for the end zone. And that is incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's who you're looking for.
The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 16 carries, 72 yards.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on it. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
He'll get 3 up to midfield. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. Muscles him off. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. From the 35 on 2nd down, Jackson is going to fire it all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch, take it to the house. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
I got him. Hey, check 24.
Bell. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. On second and very short, Darnold. This one caught by Crowder. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Darnold now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. At the 43-yard line.
To throw is Darnold. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. On first down, it's Darnold. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Justin Houston, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. That'll be taken in by Anderson. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you, it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Bell. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. On 2nd down and 4. Darnold. They'll set up the screen here to Justin Jackson. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
The pickup there, 5 yards.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Back to the ground, this time with Bell. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
5-2 is the Mike. Mike 5-2. Mike 5-2.
Now off the bootleg, Darnold. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Justin Houston make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Throw complete to Herndon. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And his kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. Well, that will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny. We had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator, and what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes. Steady goes.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Leonard Williams able to record his 5th sack of the season. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. They'll run with McCaffrey. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kenny Golladay, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 17-3. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Let's take it at around the 40. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7, and it'll be Dolphin football. Kenny Golladay making his way back onto the field with the rest of this offense. Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist. You know, the good stuff. Got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that timing. Change things up a little bit and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, try to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year. It's complete to Grant. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Open man is Galladay, complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Grant. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Jackson will throw again. And he whips that one incomplete there. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. 3rd down here. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing is Jackson. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12.
I don't care how many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Sanders' kick is good, and that'll push the lead up to 17. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, we've seen a strong first half out of Lamar Jackson. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Jackson to throw. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately,
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. That one complete to Anderson. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They'll run it with Bell. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet 1st down. On 1st down, Darnold. Anunwa's got it, complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Darnold. That is incomplete. It was Minkah Fitzpatrick that time to break that one up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Darnold. And it's caught by Herndon. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Throwing again is Darnold. And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Darnold to throw again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And his kick here is good. And that will close the gap down to 14. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing. All right, they didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. They'll try to run for it with Howard. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So possession goes over here on the punt. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
Toe bashed
that.
it.
Super toe.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Anunwa again the intended target, and it's third down. Here's Darnold. A screen to Bell. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on third down. This will be a jet sweep to Crowder. And an alley to run. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a jet first down. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 52 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On first down, Michaels. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon, and now it's third down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Jamison Crowder with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are back within a single score.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively, put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
53, check 53.
On third down, Jackson. And this is Parker, complete. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a fourth down.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Only a yard on the third down throw, and that leads to a fourth down. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. They go play action here on first down. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Jordan Jenkins. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. McCaffrey on the counter. And he'll be taken down at the 18. He digs him partway out of the hole that they're in. It's an 8-yard gain, and it makes it 3rd and 12. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in, even though they have the... And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Quentin Williams able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Crowder now to return. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. To throw is Darnold. He's going to sling this deep downfield and almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Back to the air, Darnold on 2nd down. And this is incomplete. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down.
Let's go, team.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. This is Bell on the dump off. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down. A 1st down throw, Darnold goes underneath for Bell. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll make it a 2nd down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Again, Darnold. That's caught by Jackson. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Come on, boys, come on.
To the air again, Darnold. Wesco, the tight end, making the catch. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. They'll run him with Bell, and he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. Le'Veon Bell stops short of the line to gain, and the Dolphins' defense is able to hold.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
Now a run with McCaffrey. And an alley to run. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground, McCaffrey. Wiggles free. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
You go. You go.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From just shy of midfield, Jackson. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Jackson, he'll buy some time right. He can run for it, and he will. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40.
Holding offense.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at the 20. Darnold, now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Darnold, Herndon's got it complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Darnold from the gun. Throw complete to Herndon. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Back to throw, Darnold. That'll be taken in by Anderson. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain there of 21 yards. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Now it's Darnold. They'll set up the screen here to Justin Jackson.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
On 4th down, Darnold. And no, it's incomplete. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. So the failure to convert no doubt really hurts, but this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. And that's going to help in big ways. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big thing, stopping them on defense now. They can't let them get a 1st down and make them use their timeouts and get a fresh set of downs. They've got to stop them right here. And if so, they've still got an opportunity.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. This is McCaffrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Here's McCaffrey. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Matt Weil now. He's been terrific so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that had far too much air under it. It's out of the back of the end zone, And the football will come out to the 20-yard line. Now Darnold. His throw incomplete. He was looking to hit his running back, Le'Veon Bell, that time. And that'll bring up second down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. He'll look to throw. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Back to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Darnold trying to hustle everybody along with the clock moving. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. And here we go on 4th. Darnold. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. He'll hit Jackson, complete. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Dolphins, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year, and they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.